Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Paris Kaufman and I'm the author of the books in the Magi universe as well as the co-author of Theater of Memories. Today I want to talk to you about having an author newsletter, but this applies to I think anybody who has a newsletter. And I'm going to share 3 must-includes to every newsletter you send. These are the type of little tips that I have found personally work for me, so hopefully they work for you as well. Number 1 is probably the most important, as it is ultimately what is going to get people to click on your newsletter. Of course, you're going to have a couple people who they know you, they know your newsletter, they know your books, your product, whatever it is. So when they see that they have a newsletter come up for, in my case, Paris and her books, they click on it automatically. But that's probably the minority of the people subscribed to your newsletter. Most people need something exciting to click. So that is why it is very important to have a title, a caption, a subject line, whatever it is that you call the little bit that actually pops up on the inbox, as I guess it's just the subject of the email. That needs to be good, because having it titled book update, cool, maybe that's exciting, but having it huge book news with an exclamation point, that is even better. Don't use it like legit clickbait where it's, you say one thing and you don't include it in, but use it as light clickbait. Have it sound exciting because it is exciting. Word it in a way that makes people think, oh, I want to read that and see what the update is, or oh, I want to know what huge event they have coming up, or oh, they're doing a teaser in this newsletter. Something fun, something exciting, something worth clicking. Once people click and open your newsletter, you want them to stay. So that is where numbers 2 and 3 come in. Number 2, I like to include some sort of image, some sort of little design on the newsletter. This is where the kind of white space is your eye's best friend rule comes in. And what I mean by that in this scenario is if you have your newsletter is just pages and pages and pages of words, people probably won't read the whole thing. But if you have a short little paragraph and an image breaking it up, or you open the newsletter and you have a huge image of your books or your product or whatever it is at the top, that's going to be a good break for the eyes. And it's also going to give people something to look at. A lot of people, if they see a ton of text, they're not going to read all the way through. But if they see a ton of text followed by an image that displays what was described in the text, they might read that same exact message because there's something else to look at the end, something visual. And the third and final must include to your newsletter is a link, something for your readers and your subscribers to do. Similar to how an image, it causes a breakup in the giant block of text, or it gives somebody something to do to look at. This link gives them somewhere to go next. Instead of reading the newspaper and clicking out of it and putting it in your trash in your inbox and never looking at it again, if you give them a link, you give them direction on what to do next. This link can just be back to your website or your social media. It doesn't need to be huge and exciting, but it can be. Maybe you're hosting a giveaway, or maybe you have a form to go, maybe you have information on some event, a link to your books, to your product, whatever it is. Having a link, it's just something for somebody to click on. It takes 2 seconds for them to click on it, and it gives you a boost in interaction, and it could also help you get more engagement in your newsletter and on your website, social medias, etc. Give people something to do. People like to click on things, so put something in there for them to click on. Those are what I personally think are the 3 must-haves for newsletters. I'm certain there are other important things. Actually having good content, that's a pretty big deal. But if you have a good title, you have an image, something to break it up, and something to click on, something to do, you're probably going to get boosted interaction even if the actual message in your newsletter is exactly the same as it was before you added that fun stuff. If you have anything to add or any requests for future videos on tips, something fun to do, something to interact with, you can use these same tips I talked about on your newsletter, on your videos, on your content, on anything you are providing. If you give people something to be excited about, something to look at and to be, see visually, and something to do, you're in the right spot. So, thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, and whatever time it is, whether it's morning, evening, or night, have a great day.